So I've got this little tattoo here, um, and when I got it, I asked for a fern tattoo, because I really feel I love ferns, and they grow in these like beautiful, wet kind of rainforest areas, and they're also so ancient. They just remind me of the kind of, I guess, youngness of humans, because they've been around a lot longer than we have, and I think that really shows hope, and also, yeah, the fact that we really need to protect ancient landscapes as well. Oh, I have a few favourites. Um, Scotland-based one would be the Selkie story, and that's about sort of a mythological story about a woman who is a seal as well. The Selkies are like seal women who, during the light of the full moon, they become women, and the rest of the time they are seals. And yeah, I don't want to give too much away on the story because I think people should look it up. But it's a really beautiful kind of exploration of female autonomy and the importance of being your true self, and wearing your skin proudly, and being in your skin. So that's one of my favorites. So the reason I was motivated to work with nature, I think primarily was my dad being really interested in growing things and gardening, and we'd go for nature walks and he'd point out things as we'd go, and that was a really quality time spent with my family. Being out there and noticing things and looking at things, it was something I always really enjoyed. And then it was actually when I was around 14, 15 that I did the Duke of Edinburgh Award, which is a program in the UK for young people mostly. And there's an expedition element as well as volunteering and things. And that was the first time I'd been camping. And yeah, I just absolutely fell in love with this sort of the freedom that I felt, I guess, from being all day just walking and then camping and being in community with a group of friends. And yeah, it felt very very much like being part of the landscape through walking and hearing things at night when you're in your tent, and learning about different contours in the landscape and the different mountain names and things. So yeah, I really loved that experience, and I think that was very formative. My tips for connecting with the land that you live on, first of all, is to find a spot that you love to go to every day and just be there, just maybe for 10 minutes. And that really encourages you to notice what's changing in the landscape and in the environment. And also, if you have a question or an intention that you want to set, actually going back to that place, and seeing what it shows you. And if at that point you feel like going on a longer walk, with the question in mind, on your own, that can be a really wonderful way of looking around and actually observing, and also being self-reflective at the same time. So those are suggestions I've got based on my own practices. So the sit spot and going on these walks, guided by an intention and observation of what's happening in nature. My fears and worries are really around biodiversity, and just in the last 10 years, I've just noticed so many species just disappearing or not appearing so much. This year, here, there's just been so few butterflies and insects, and yeah, worrying about those things. Like we need all the different beings. We need the pollinators. We need the birds. We need, yeah, diversity in plant life. And I guess my main worries are about that, and that there'll be big impacts for us, and that links to soil health and the diversity in that as well, and links to nutrition, links to all sorts of things. Of course, there's also the uncertainty with the climate and the impacts that will have, and it's all related as well. What I'm hopeful about, I do see just a genuine concern from people about these issues, and I think that a couple of years ago, nature connection wouldn't even be a phrase, but now it's becoming so, and people really want to engage and want to learn. And I do see like a massive surge in interest in foraging and things like bushcraft and the nature solos that I run. Like people are really craving a reconnection, and that is hopeful for me. There's also my neighbours who I recently nominated as my local heroes. I mean, they're so inspiring for me, and they're really looking at this issue of biodiversity, and they're going, okay, we're going to make this area the most biodiverse we can, and at the same time be able to make things from the land, and they weave these vegetables, and so they're finding a way to live in this environment as part of it, at the same time as really promoting biodiversity. And it's inspiring to see people do projects like that, and it gives me a lot of hope. My happy place in nature is a beach about 10-minute walk from where I live, and it's called Singing Sands because when you move your feet on it, the sand sings. And it's a place I go if I ever need some comfort or to reflect or just to have fun and have a fire and play and run in the sea. It's so beautiful, and I really feel so lucky to live so close to this place. And yeah, it's very special to me.